Hey, what's going on, guys? IC Trades here, and today we're going to be doing a technical analysis breakdown on ticker symbol PLTR, Palantir Technologies. And right away, guys, on the daily chart, you can see that bulls are gaining some control here with a few nice green bars leading to all-time highs of 139.75, currently trending around that 138 to 137 range. Question is, guys, are bulls going to continue to push the stock higher, or are we going to see a top off and then a sell off? Before getting into this daily chart, we're going to take you to the weekly to get a broader perspective. Now, guys, on the weekly, you can see as stock IPO'd, right, kind of consolidating, chopping around, not doing too much. And you see just like a mountain going all the way up. You see buyers just gain steam, guys, getting above that $66 limit, playing around, consolidating a little bit. You see two good green candles and a massive breakout above that resistance around that $80 level, creating a very nice, strong, wide, bullish bar. And then after topping off around that $125 level, coming back down, bouncing off that $66 support and ultimately reversing back up, creating this cup and handle structure as we see. Guys, after creating that cup, you see it hit the neckline, another candle of indecision, and then you see buyers just gain that control, pushing stock higher, higher, and higher over the last few weeks, reaching that all-time high of 139, currently trending around that 137 to 138 price. Overall, guys, the weekly looks nice and in the bulls' favor. Not a lot of bad things to say, right? Very strong stock overall. Gets in that cup and handle formation, and now we see the stock continue to act strong after a little bit of a pullback after that overextended long-term run. Now, guys, taking you to the daily chart gives a better perspective of the overall cup and handle structure, right? You see price build up, kind of have some resistance around that $84 level, come back up and retest that after bouncing off that $66 support, break out of that, very nice gap up and a wide green bar, meaning that buyers are in control here, guys, and reacting well after that large gap up. Get to around that $125 level, creating that neckline area for the cup and handle formation. Then we see a sharp sell-off. We get in this pennant, and we break out of that pennant, trying to push stock higher. Stock gets corrected, goes down lower, and then we hit that price of 66.12, bouncing once again off that support as we saw in the past after leading to that overall breakout. And after we bounce off that strong support, guys, we continue our way up. Very nice green candle, followed by a red candle, and then another very nice green solid candle. Get above that $84 support. Get in this flag range, breakout. Again, getting another flag type range, breakout. And after that $66 bounce, guys, we're kind of just stair stepping here. Getting in these flags, breaking out, closing nicely over that neckline here with a very nice strong green candle. And then, guys, you see price get into this little descending flag type of range. We break out of that, kind of consolidating around this $120 to $125 level, followed up with a very strong solid green bar. Getting out of that neckline, right? Price gets above the neckline, price tries to come back and revert back to the neckline, tries to triple top, but buyers hold strong, ultimately push it back above that, reach that $133 level. Then a very sharp sell-off, guys, as you see bears try to take that control, get back under that neckline, which at the time with that very strong, solid red candle, you would think, wow, we're going to the downside, but the support holds nicely at 118, guys, and we trend right back up. 1, 2, 3, 4 bullish days. Buyers pushing the stock right back up after sellers try to push us out of this overall zone. And then you guys see, buyers just in full control, pushing to all-time highs of 139.75, currently trending around that 137 and 138 area. Above that overall 133, where it topped off once, twice, three times, wicking above it. Now it looks like we are holding nice and strong above that, guy. So Palantir looking like it's ready to set more all-time highs and continue its overall rally as a very strong stock, getting out of that overall cup and handle structure. Keep in mind, when a stock's at all-time highs, it's harder to trade given that there isn't any past resistance levels to look for. So as a bull guy, just keep that in mind when trading PLTR. As a bear, you want to see it get back under this overall $133 level, play back around in this consolidation range, and then further move down, possibly getting under that 125 neckline. But after that, overall buying pressure, guys, looks very good for the upside given those last four candles and that strong correction after sellers try to push it down under that overall range. Liking what I'm seeing on the daily time chart, guys. I'll take you guys to the hourly, giving a little bit better perspective of the closer picture. You see as prices stair stepping, getting in these flags, getting above that overall neckline, Price gets in this descending type of range and consolidates between 120 and 125. See a little bit of a battle between buyers and sellers to maintain that neckline area. Buyers trying to push it above it, sellers trying to push it below it. And then we get above that, reaching that 133 level. As we saw on the daily, sellers try to push it below that neckline and keep it there. We bounce off that 118 level with a very strong support, and we see that buyers push it right back up to all-time highs, guys. And what you want to see is that 133 past resistance turn into future support. So, if we do come down, trying to get back in this overall range, you would like to see in a bullish perspective of things, price bounce off that $133 level, then ultimately work our way back up, retesting that all-time high. That is if we can't hold this overall range. Very nice green bar. Looks like a little bit of selling pressure at that overall range. If we can maintain this zone, very good sign for the bulls. Then on the bear side of things, guys, you want to see a steep correction. You want to see sellers start to get into some control here, see some indecision. Sellers gain control, push it back below that overall consolidation range of 125 and 133. Down from there, trying to break these support levels. But overall, guys, you can see that Palantir has some very strong support built at that 120 and that 118. At the 120, sellers push it down, buyers buy back up. Getting in this tight consolidation range, lots of touch points here. Confirmation of how strong that support was, right? Used to be resistance, turned to support. So that's what we want to see here, guys. This overall 133 level, we see something similar. Touch point, touch point, touch point. Given that this is a pretty strong resistance level, and we saw that right here before this breakdown, wick off that touch point. You want to see that level of 133 turn into support and further the move of the bulls, pushing the stock price higher, reaching those ultimate all-time highs. Overall, guys, you got to like what you see here. Palantir breaking out of that overall consolidation range with that very strong support, aiding that movement at 118. You see volume come in. We could push this stock pretty high, guys. Quickly, guys, turning back to the weekly, you can just see how strong this stock actually is. So definitely looking good for the bulls, getting out of that overall cup and handle structure. Stay patient with this one, guys. Watch that overall support to hold, that past resistance of 133.49 to hold as support, and further this move up. And on the bear side of things, watch for the collapse of 133, getting in this consolidation range, and ultimately trying to retest that neckline and get under it. If you guys learned something today and found value in this video, consider liking and subscribing, as I'll continue to cover PLTR as well as other major tickers on the channel. Trade smart, and I'll see you guys in the next one.